My unique advantage as a crypto trader is that I delve deep into DeFi. It's something that I have come to know and love. In fact, when I first got into crypto, before I even started this YouTube channel, I traded Axes and Axie Infinity. I was able to over 10x my portfolio in a very short period of time. It was like 2 months or something like that. And that really got me into my content creation journey. The same thing kind of applies to everything I do. When I do something, I love to share it. And something I've been doing lately is delving into different ecosystems. And one of them is HBAR. I know I make a lot of videos on HBAR, but there's a big difference between making videos on a coin that I just kind of own and making videos on things that I'm doing within the ecosystem. It's a totally different ecosystem play. It's totally different coverage. It's not the same thing, not the same regurgitated, oh, we are institution. This is the new thing that the hedera Foundation is talking about. No, it's like things that are actually happening and money-making opportunities. Abstract is one of them that I actually covered pretty recently. This was 3 days ago. You could already see over the last 7 days, I'm up $3,000, started with 17K. Yes, it is a decent amount to start in an ecosystem, but I am a conviction player. I do things with conviction. And I've been doing the same thing with hedera. I put $20,000 initially into the HBAR ecosystem about 6 days ago. This represented 10% of my total HBAR bag. And I've been able to go ahead and amass, it's about $25,000, including the NFTs that I will be talking about today. So pretty solid weekly performance during a time where HBAR is down 9%. I saw a lot of comments for some reason. I don't know if you guys just don't watch the videos. That's probably what's going on here. You see the title and you just assume I'm talking about just HBAR. I'm talking about the HBAR ecosystem. The HBAR ecosystem is killing it right now. If you're not digging into the HBAR ecosystem, if you're just holding coins, you know, that's one style of trading, but it's not the style of trading that I've grown to know and love. I like finding my edge, and my edge is understanding DeFi. And I've been able to do that time and time again. I covered this, and I have the timestamps here. 6 days ago, HBAR will make early investors millionaires in 2025. This video here. The floor for Dead Pixels Ghost Club was 1275. You see it right here. It says floor 1275. The chart was trending upward. I was talking about it. I was saying this is going to be the next big thing. And guess what happened? Over the next 6 days, we've seen the floor for this thing skyrocket. It's up 30% over the past week alone. The floor price for Dead Pixels is 1,700. And before you say it's a heavy floor, there are barely any listings until we get to 1,800 and beyond. The innovation that Forever Mint has brought to the HBAR ecosystem is unparalleled. This is a historic moment for the HBAR ecosystem as a whole. And the value increase, as we saw here, 1275, now 1699, is 33%. So if you had bought these NFTs when I talked about them, you'd be up about 20-ish% because of the fact that HBAR went down 10%. That thing went up 30%. It's priced in HBAR, so it's technically down 10% out of 30. So we're at 20% gain total. You're still up. You're still up during a time where HBAR is down, and the entire market honestly is having a correction. I still think we go much higher. I am not bearish in the market by any stretch of the imagination. September, in my opinion, which is why I'm putting my money into the market, is going to be a big month for altcoins, and so I am positioning accordingly. I want to talk about this though, because there's so many people that are scared, or they think that, you know, this doesn't make any sense. You can only make money on the HBAR coin itself. No, you can make money on the ecosystem. In fact, the ecosystem growing is the number one thing that this thing needs. Like, the whole ecosystem as a whole needs growth within the actual ecosystem, within the hedera token service for long-term growth. So many people talk about XRP, but they don't talk about the XRP ledger. And it makes no sense. If you want long-term growth in a crypto, you need the ecosystem within to grow. And we've seen the volume. Even today, we're at 2 p.m. It's 2 p.m. right now. So this will be well over 1 million HBAR in volume. That is over $230,000 worth of volume in an NFT collection. That is insane. I know that you see the volume on HBAR, you see $300 million, and I say $200,000 on an NFT collection. You say that's not a lot. That is a lot of money, a lot of money. It is more than all of the base NFTs put together. It is insane how much volume that is in a single day. Absurd. So clearly there's a lot of attention currently coming into the Dead Pixels. I was forever minting these things, and I still got 5 days. I committed to you guys that I would be doing this for 10 days. I started these, and when I was minting them, I think it was either 1,300 or no, it was probably 1,500 HBAR. Yeah, I was minting these for 1,500 HBAR. Now it's 2,900 HBAR. It's crazy. This is insane. It's 2x'd in a very short period of time. I'm going to show you how easy it is to mint something on HBAR. I've been doing this every video. All you do you click this button, you mint, right? And it's going to pop up on my wallet. So we're going to see the pop up here. You press approve, and that is it. We're looking for a rare. So we're looking for something that's lower than about 2,000 rank to be profitable. Anything higher, you know, kind of is what it is. It's luck of the draw. You don't always get lucky, but we've gotten lucky on 2 of the 5. Maybe we've got the YouTuber luck question mark, but the Forever Mint system allows you to go ahead and mint rares for lower than the cost that they are. I mean, these rares over here are worth 70,000 HBAR plus. They actually went ahead and had sales. Like, we've actually seen sales on these things very recently. This is at 11 in the morning. There was one yesterday. It's just crazy, the amount of attention currently hitting HBAR. It is crazy. I mean, check this out. Over 7 days, Dead Pixels did more trading volume than the top 3 base NFT projects combined. So you can see here, 187 ETH on base style, 47 ETH here, 44 ETH, 293 ETH. That's crazy. It's crazy the amount of attention currently happening on these things. Another thing that you should go ahead and understand about these Dead Pixels is their Forever Mint feature, the thing I just did. They have a buyback system where they take the royalties from these mints. So you're doing a little bit of gambling there. So if you were just going for investment purposes, you'd probably just buy the floor price Ghost. But if you're trying to do a little bit more gamba, see if you can find a rare, you do the Forever Mints. They have bought about 30% of all volume from Dead Pixels this week has come from these buybacks, which means 70% of that volume, of that million HBAR every single day, has come from regular people just buying Dead Pixels, which is insane. I actually thought this number was much higher. I thought the buybacks were a majority of the volume, because it's a lot of volume currently entering HBAR. And I've been able to predict these big swings in volume in HBAR because I'm so obsessed with the ecosystem. When I see volume increases, I know for a fact something's happening here, and I'm able to monitor them with my bots, with everything that I have in the ecosystem. And it's not the first time that I've done it. 8 months ago, I covered the beginning of Meme Job. MemeJob.fun was this pump fund derivative. It's still actually doing pretty well, and I'll talk about it very briefly here. But I talked about Meme Job, and I was able to turn, it was about $10,000 into $30,000. I turned 1K into 10K, and then I turned 10K into 30K. It was actually pretty crazy, and I documented it in this video. I mean, look at all the lack of sleep that I was getting there. Dude needs to get some sleep. But yeah, I was able to make a very good amount of profit. I actually took profit. I de-bridged it. I was able to put it into my bank account and everything. And that was, that allowed me to do what I need to do to not have to cash out crypto all the time. I cashed out that HBAR, and then afterward just waited. I didn't force plays. I waited for volume to tick up again, and now we're seeing it again with Dead Pixels and the overall meme ecosystem. You can see it on Deck Screener for yourself if you want to pull it up. You click on hedera right here. We see that meme coins today. Look at this bounce. This bounce is pretty incredible. This is a great chart for crypto. I think GIB's going to do well. I am putting my money where my mouth is. This is about the same entry that I got when I first bought my GIB. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm happy to continue to document what's happening within the DEX sphere, within the actual inherent ecosystem, within the hedera token service during a time where I feel like a lot of content creators are still sleeping on this, meaning that I'm more than likely still early in this trade. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Remember, always take those healthy profits. If you're up 30% and you feel like that's good enough for you, take that profit. If you're waiting for 100%, wait for that 100%, take that profit. Don't get too greedy. That's the number one thing that happens. At the end of the day, these are all opportunities to stack more HBAR, which is the long-term play. As always, stay classy, and I'll see you all in the next one.